The bride stood at the altar, moments from saying, "I do," when the church doors burst open. 12 U.S. Marines marched in, their dress blues crisp, their steps synchronized. Behind them, a man no one expected to see. The crowd gasped, the groom froze, and the bride began to cry. She knew exactly what this meant. Meet Anna Carter, a third-grade teacher in a sleepy coastal town in South Carolina. Every morning before work, she stopped at her favorite cafe for a hot coffee and a toasted bagel. For 4 years, she bought 2 bagels. One for herself, one for a man who sat quietly on a bench outside the pharmacy across the street. Rain or shine, he was there, never begging, never speaking. Anna saw him. She'd place the bagel beside him, smile, and walk on. At first, he didn't react. Then came a nod, a mumbled "thank you." Anna didn't know his name or his story, but she believed no one should be invisible. One stormy Monday, as she set the bagel down, he looked up. "Why do you do this?" She paused, then smiled. "Because you're worth it. Everyone deserves to eat, and you're not invisible to me." That broke something open. "I'm David," he said, voice rough. Their connection grew. Sometimes she brought extra coffee. He'd leave her a folded paper star or a note scrawled on a napkin. She learned he was a former Marine, served in Afghanistan, honorably discharged but broken by PTSD. David had lost his wife, his home, his purpose. The system failed him, and he drifted until landing on that bench. Anna never judged, she listened. It wasn't easy. He resisted, relapsed once, vanished for a month. But when he returned, Anna was there, bagel in hand. "Thought you'd given up on me," he said. "I don't give up on people," she replied, "especially not Marines." Anna's life was shifting too. She'd started dating Ben, a paramedic with a quick wit and a knack for bad puns. When he proposed at the town's oyster festival, she said yes through tears. She told David the next morning. He didn't say much, just handed her a small, tarnished dog tag. "Used to wear this," he said. "Figure you should have it. You gave me back my fight." Anna kept that dog tag in her desk drawer, next to her students' drawings. Then David disappeared. His bench stayed empty. She checked shelters, asked around, no trace. She stopped bringing 2 bagels, her heart heavy, but hoping he was okay. Months passed. The wedding day arrived, a warm April afternoon. White chairs under magnolias, a violin trio playing softly. Anna stood at the altar in a simple lace dress, clutching her father's arm. Ben waited, eyes shining. As the officiant asked everyone to rise, the chapel doors swung open. 12 Marines entered, their presence commanding. Guests turned, whispering. Behind them came a man in a sharp gray suit, clean-shaven, thinner but unmistakable. Anna gasped. "David," she whispered. He walked between the Marines, who snapped to attention, forming an aisle of honor. He reached her, took a deep breath, and saluted. "Permission to attend, Miss Anna?" Tears streamed down her face as she nodded and hugged him. David handed her an envelope and stepped back. Inside was a letter. "Because of you, I got back up. You fed more than my stomach, you fed my soul. You saw me when no one else did. I wouldn't be here without you. You told me I mattered, that I was still worth something. You changed my life, and, through the program you led me to, 52 others. The attached signatures are from veterans you helped save." Enclosed was a certificate, signed by the Commandant of the Marine Corps, naming Anna an honorary friend of the Corps. The room fell silent, then erupted in applause. Anna held David tight. Ben joined, wrapping them both in a bear hug. The officiant, choking up, had to pause before continuing. At the reception, guests approached Anna, some in tears, asking about David. Many had known her for years and never heard his name. David gave a short toast. "I thought I'd never stand in a room like this again. But someone believed in me. She didn't just give me food, she gave me back my dignity. Thank you, Anna, and thank you all for sharing her with me." The Marines stood and saluted. Someone snapped a photo, Anna between them, David beside her. It went viral days later, with headlines like, "Bride's Quiet Kindness Saves Dozens of Veterans." The story hit national news, sparked crowdfunding campaigns, and boosted donations for veteran services. Anna cared about none of that. What mattered was David alive, whole, there. They met weekly for coffee after that. David started working at the VA, later becoming a peer counselor. Anna launched Operation Valor, a school program where her students wrote letters to veterans, sent care packages, and hosted appreciation lunches. She told them about David and the power of seeing someone. David began playing guitar again, sometimes performing for her class. A student asked, "Are you a hero?" He shook his head. "No, Miss Carter is." Looking back, Anna says she just noticed someone who needed to be seen. "I never thought a bagel would lead to this," she told a local reporter. But maybe that's how it works. Maybe kindness starts small. My take on your question: a small act like Anna's can absolutely change a life. Her daily bagel wasn't just food, it was a lifeline, a signal to David that he was seen, valued, human. That consistent kindness rebuilt his trust, connected him to help, and rippled out to save 52 others. Small acts compound. They break through despair where grand gestures might fail. I've seen it myself. A stranger paid for my groceries when I was a broke college student, and that moment of grace stuck with me, pushing me to pay it forward years later. I once bought coffee for a guy at a diner who looked down on his luck. He later told me it was the first time in weeks someone treated him like a person, not a problem. It shifted his day, maybe more. What's your story? Has a small act of kindness lifted you up or inspired you to help someone else? And what do you think, can one simple gesture really spark a chain like Anna's? Or was her story a rare exception? Share below, and if you've got another tale of hope, I'd love to hear it.